today on EA Sports. It's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Throwing first play is Pickett. Over the middle, complete. It's Barber. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. And his throw here's incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Pickett right back to the air again. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14. The catch and run good for 24 yards. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking... point. Getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Taylor. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll buy some time right. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 17, Fields got his man complete over the middle. It's Watkins. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive. And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you. They'll run here with Taylor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They run once more with Taylor. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Jonathan Taylor. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2? Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Pickett. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one. You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So here come the Lions now. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point. You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense. I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 10 more there and another first down. I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you. Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going. A lot of football left to be played. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Pickett. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Over the middle, complete. It's Joseph. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. A gain of 22. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Pickett to throw on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trayvon Walker in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 15 now. Pickett. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Now Sam Sloman is on. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Looked like you might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash because you've got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this is caught. That's Watkins. He will have the conversion and more than that. Touchdown. Quez Watkins, 53 yards. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. Just 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Bengals score. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse it. This is an important position.
When it's intercepted, they got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands. On the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Fields. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Joseph. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Pickett now on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw again on 2nd down. Pickett got his man complete over the middle. That's Barber. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett over the middle, complete. It's Joseph. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run once more with Dillon. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Trying with Pickett here on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. And in for the Lions touchdown. Brandon Cooks. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. A 10-play drive that time. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 9. Again, Fields. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2nd down and goal. Fields. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 31, Pickett. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached half. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. On first down, Fields over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 29, Fields. And this is caught by Watkins. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The tackle made by Levi Wallace. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play action. It's Fields. Got a man. It's McBride complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, it's Fields. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Fields throwing again. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Taylor.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Well, they deemed it 4 down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and his
touchdown Bengals.
Quez Watkins.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett.
Looking left side, and it's complete. 30. 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Dillon. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Again, it'll be Dillon.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he returns this to the 22.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Now Fields. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mason. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Fields now to throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle.
And he pulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bengals are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Back to throw, Pickett.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you use the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
This offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He finds his man complete. It's Barber. And he is going to have a Lions first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. From the gun, here's Pickett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. After the pick 6, here's Pickett to try again.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, this one was all... pretty ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jalen Waddle,
75 yards.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Off play action, Fields.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Sam Sloman for the PAT.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
On play action, Fields.
He's got Mason complete.
On the move past the 40. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 53 yards.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
Delivers on the crosser to McBride. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To throw again on second down.
Fields.
He's got it.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
We're in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here's Pickett.
He finds his man complete. It's Barber.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
He finds his man complete. It's Barber.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Throwing again on second down.
Pickett.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Pickett back to throw. On the slant, he's got Davis.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
The extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. That one looks like he'll throw here. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
He finds his man, complete.
That's Mason.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. This is taken in by McBride.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here, some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1 and one of our early wins.